We're starting.
We need like a starter. Like a starter song that comes in and I'm like busting through the something.
I got it. Why don't we get that guy to make the song for us? That guy that makes the songs for everybody. Hello, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Come on into this house. Let's break some bread. Let's eat some biscuits and some turkey gravy. Come on.
How's everybody doing tonight? Let's bounce around like... Look at Raven. Hello, everybody. Hey, Sarah. Sarah's there. Let me see. Hold on. I'm too busy playing around. Let me see.
Woo!
How's everybody doing?
What's up? How we doing, Facebook, family, friends? I think we're on YouTube too, by the way.
YouTube, and that's it.
Doing this wonderful. So I man, there's nothing that gets me more excited than good hip hop music with no curse words in it. And that's edifying and glorifying to my Father. I absolutely love it. That's real music. So I just had to put that in there because it excites me, right? So, woo-wee! How we doing this wonderful evening, everybody?
Someone's excited.
I gotta get. I gotta get in my flow, yo.
Get in your flow, then. Get in your flow. What's up, Clinton? What's up? Clinton is starting his new podcast.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We have we're gonna be like I didn't even know what I was gonna say. I was gonna make a good comment and then it completely went dud in that brain. Like just like
well, that's what happens when we don't get enough sleep.
I sleep well and I sleep fast.
You knock out fast?
I sleep fast. That means I get it out of the way fast because I want to wake up in the morning and get going again. Oh,
people, this man barely sleeps.
Don't believe anything that this woman says.
He barely sleeps. He says, I barely sleep, but he barely sleeps. How's everybody doing tonight, everyone? Hello,
I can't even.
Hello.
Why can't I share it?
I don't got an answer for that.
Did you?
I don't know why
did you put it on public? Do you have it on public?
Public? Yeah. Aren't you on my? Go to my profile and share it.
All right, never mind. I ain't got time for all that.
All right. Well, here we are tonight, guys.
Wonderful evening, people. Beautiful, wonderful evening. Let's. We don't really want to hesitate anymore. I'm like super like I don't even know what I'm super like. I'm having a lot of duds today. What do you do? The noise when you take the balloon and it's like. That's how I'm feeling right now. Oh,
that's a visual. That's a visual of Raymond's brain. It goes
right now. Absolutely.
Hey guys. Oh, Sarah says waiting for the madness of 9 kids to arrive at our house. Ooh,
yeah, her brother's got 9 kids. I thought it was 77 kids.
So just to let you know, Sarah and I talk, and she already told me that. Okay, just letting you know. Just letting you, right, Sarah? Let them know.
Yay for you.
So anyways,
everyone, we're gonna get this thing started.
Tonight is Raymond's night.
You know, guys, believe it or not, every night's really my night. Anytime I show up, you know, I take over.
Yeah, you do try to take over. You talk over me and don't let me speak.
I don't try. There's no trying. Guys. No trying.
Who is this? It says stop. How do I stop?
Stop. How do I stop? I don't even know how I stop.
I don't know who that is because it doesn't it doesn't say the person's name.
You can't look on. You can't, but you can. You should be able to tell on Facebook. No, I can't tell on Facebook either.
No, because they're coming from different places. Yeah. Come on, get to the meat.
My name is Raymond Wright. I am the founder of Right Way Leadership Transformational Coaching. As I always say, I am your man. I'm your motivator, inspirator, but most importantly, your transformator, because I'm going to give you the tools, resources to get you from where you're at to where you want to go. And if you want to build a bridge, we're going to build a bridge together, baby. So with that, tonight is the Wednesday grind on your transformational talk with Ray and Sarai. This is my troublemaker over here, right there. Look, she can introduce herself because she does a better job than I do.
You know, I would love for you to introduce me. Go ahead, introduce me.
This is Sarai Nomar, and she is a mental health trauma therapist who wants to bring you impact for generations to come.
Ooh, not bad. Not bad. It's Dion Beard. Dion, it's Dion who said that. Stop how I don't even know. I'm not really sure. Anyway, so what are we going to talk about today, Mr. Raymond?
Tonight
it's your night.
Tonight we're going to talk about, first off, I just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys, I know the times are crazy. But I want to give somebody some hope, some inspiration, some encouragement tonight. You know, not everybody's like Sarah and got 77 kids coming to her house. That's going to be hectic. I hope you guys got a big turkey, but some of us couldn't travel. Some of us weren't willing to travel because we don't really want to jeopardize. Maybe we got elderly parents or grandparents. So I know people are dealing with this a little different, but I do want to assure you one thing is that, you know, when we prepare for the things that are unseen, it keeps us in the mood. So when the things do come, we're well ready for setbacks, trials, whatever comes. And this is no different. I think everybody was kind of aware of what was going on. So I really hope and wish that people are preparing for everything that's to come, for Christmas, for the New Year's, whatever it looks like. I want you guys to understand that. Prepare yourselves, right? I always prepare myself, and it's a continuous thing, is to build myself so when there are things that happen, I'm able to deal with them. You know, I've suffered a lot of loss in my life. So, you know, it's I don't know, I guess everyone deals with things a little bit differently. But tonight we're going to be talking about be thankful, not bothered. Be thankful and not bothered. Be thankful and not bothered. And you guys are probably thinking, be thankful, but not bothered, right? So I'm not even going to tell you what happened today. Today was a crazy, busy, insane day. And I just want to start by this, right? I am so thankful that God has given me so many opportunities, right? I do consultant, I do coaching, I do mentoring, you know, I have a team. There's so many things that I do that I'm blessed with. And you know what, when you're hired to do something, you should do it at maximum capacity. No matter what, if you're being paid to provide a service, you should do it. And if that's the job that you chose, whether you like it or not, you should do it with a smile on your face. You're not going to always like everything. There's going to be discrepancies. There's going to be frustration. There's going to be, you know, but, you know, it's amazing when you hire somebody to do a job and they complain the whole time about the job that they do. Right. So I just don't be, I don't even know why I'm telling the story, but
I know, because you said be thankful, not bothered, and all of a sudden you're just spilling your botheredness of today.
Because I'm thankful, but what I'm seeing with so many people is that they allow everything to bother them. They're not thankful. They're not thankful that they have a job during COVID. They're not thankful that their bills are getting paid. They're not So what I really want I want everybody to understand, if you are not happy with what you do, if you are not happy with how you're providing, then it's time to really dig down deep and find something that you love. Be thankful for what you have, but search for what you love. Be thankful for what you have, but search for what you love. Now is the time during this COVID, lockdowns are happening. I just want everyone to start to get to a place where the time is now for us to start looking as if we've never looked, to start thinking as if we've never thought, to start seeing things that maybe were once in our hearts, that were in our sight, that we wanted, but we just kind of gave up on those. Right? Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time that let's
Laura, now is the time. Sarah,
all right.
Now is the time.
You talk.
Raymond, now is the time. How are you gonna do it, Raymond? How are you gonna do it?
I don't know. You go ahead, jump on in there.
Oh no, you got mad.
No, I'm not mad.
I was like the backup singer. I was the backup singer. I was saying now I was backing up what you were saying. Now is the time. Be grateful but blissfully dissatisfied, says Clinton. Go on, say now is the time. Go.
No, no, really. You broke my train of thought. You need to jump in there.
Your brain did like the balloon that goes.
Yes.
I was just listening to you. I don't even know what to add to that. But yeah, now is the time. Now is the time to go for your dreams. Now is the time. I mean, there's no better time than now, right? Other than yesterday, but yesterday's gone. So now is the time. So how are you gonna do it? I'm excited about everything. But I don't have that much to say about it. Like you were really passionate about it right now 2 seconds ago.
Well, talk. So, I don't know. Completely broke my train of thought. Talk about something. I don't know. What's talk about something.
Laura says now is the time. All right. So how are you gonna do that, Raymond? How are you gonna like chase what are you gonna chase? What is this thing that you're gonna chase and now is the time?
I do it every day.
You do it every day?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you guys out there? What are you gonna chase this? What are you gonna chase? What is now the time for you? For me, it's let me see what it is for me. For me, it's going to be like just doing things that I enjoy doing. Just pretty much creating a whole other type of life where if I want to go to the beach and hang out at the beach, I go do that and just enjoy the day. I was talking to someone today that I was saying the same thing. We were talking about the same thing of how important it is. Like we try to master the week and the month and the year. But really, we just got to master today and just gain momentum. You master today. You had a good day today. Boom. Tomorrow's another day. You do the same thing tomorrow, and it stacks up and it stacks up. Rather than think about week and what's gonna happen a week from now. Doesn't that kill like your vibe for today when you start thinking about like a week from now, what has to get done a week from now?
No.
That's it. You're just gonna say no?
No, I mean, you asked you asked me. I thought you were just asking me a question. I was saying no. It doesn't kill my vibe. It's exciting. No, it's exciting. Okay. I mean, I live in the moment, but I stretch for tomorrow. You know what I mean? I don't live for tomorrow. I live for today. But it's you build today for what you want tomorrow.
Yeah, and that way it's good because that way you're using it to pull you in a positive way. I'm talking about like if we use it in a negative way where it gives us anxiety and then we can't even enjoy today. So it's about like enjoying today. I feel bad that I cut you off because now it's like totally your brain isn't like you're not even now you're drinking coffee.
I was in the flow and you messed it up,
So this person that I don't know who it is, it says writing out goals and finding my place.
Dion. Didn't they say Dion earlier?
I'm not sure if it's Dion. I'm not sure. Who is it? Like whoever.
There are different people named Dion, right? He even spells it different. So you got to pick up on these things. Hey
guys, by the way, I'm just gonna say right after this, we're gonna do our Circle of Champions Worldwide friends. What is it? Friendsgiving. So I want to see who. I mean, a bunch of people signed up, but I don't know who else has it. To reach more people with my mission and passion, meaning post more, share more, coach more, provoke more. Ooh, I like that. That's provoke coaches. That's starting now. And I sort of I've worked so hard for like so many years. I want to enjoy things a little bit more. I want to enjoy life a little bit more. So it's like there's multiple areas. Like Raymond talked about that in the Rise Up Masters that we did, all the different like blueprints and different areas of our life. So Provoke Coach is talking about professionally and business, but then there's your personal life, there's your financial life, there's your health. Like, in what areas do you want to get better at, and what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for this year? Like, this year I've learned so much. I've learned so much. Let me see. It says me, Heather. That's what I thought. I thought it was Heather. It's Heather.
Oh, I can't. And who's Dion?
I don't know why she said Dion.
Maybe Dion Beard's a different one. I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm confused.
All right, so the topic today is let's reorient ourselves because we got distracted. What are we thankful for? That you said be thankful. What were you thinking?
Myself, you know, I was sharing. I couldn't share this. I couldn't share this morning because I ran out of time and my phone was not charged, so I couldn't do a live this morning. But this week I've really been spending time on Thanksgiving and gratitude, and the importance of, it started Monday morning when I woke up Monday morning, and yes, I don't sleep a lot, but the first thing I noticed was my dresser, and for some reason I just thought, thank God I got clean socks. Like, I don't know why that came to me, but I can remember a time in my life where I had to dig through laundry or freaking wear the same socks over and over again. So, to me, it was like, man, and then I turned the light on and I'm like, man, look at that. I got light at my fingertips. And then it was like, you go in the bathroom and you turn the water on. It's like, I got water on demand. Like, no, but I'm serious. Like, we don't
the little things.
We don't see that. We really don't see that. But I can remember in a time in my life when I was homeless, living at a park, and I was relying on my friends to wait for their parents to go to work so I could come in and take a shower and grab a bowl of cereal. Like, I can remember those times. And now it's like, well, times changed. I changed. God blessed me enough to pull me out of that pit that I was in. But it's amazing. Like I said, I go back to today when I didn't hear anybody being thankful for anything. I actually had people really complaining and bothered, and all they had to do, and it's simple things. It's not even like we like. It blew my mind, and it made me run 10 times harder today because I can't sit. I can't sit. I always talk about the 3 C's. Stop complaining, stop criticizing, and stop condemning other people. Not everybody's where you're at. Not everybody wants to be where you're at. And you have to know when it's time to go, and you got to know when it's time to grow. So we're in a season right now where I believe we should be 110% grow mode. Like, we should be growing right now. Some of us, like me, it's go mode. Like, I'm always growing. It's a daily growth pattern. So for me, it's go mode. But so many people, so many of you guys, right, that are not where you want to be, that things are a little bit fuzzy. You're not sure what's happening. You're not sure where you're at. You're not sure. Like, it should be grow mode. How can I grow? What do I need to learn? What book should I be reading? See, this is the one thing I was talking about to a young lady today. It's like, we are taught to read. We are taught to listen. We are taught to go to seminars. But are you actually learning the things that you're struggling with? See, so some of us might be struggling with a negative mindset, but we're reading a book about finances. I get it. We need to know finances. But why don't we start to figure out first how we can gain and build a positive mindset? Right. So we tend to focus on things that we're not even struggling with. So we need to first recognize what we're struggling with. Then we need to look for the information that's going to build upon us. See, I'm thankful. Like, I'm thankful. I can't tell you how thankful I am for people who went out there and they did years and years and years of failing and finally made it. And then they write these books of things that help them and how they were able to overcome, get through, seek the right mentorship and guidance, and put it into a book so that people like me can learn. so I
Right.
can eliminate a lot of those pitfalls myself. Now I'm stubborn, and sometimes, I want to step in the bear trap myself to see if it really,
Hmm.
is failure. But it's I just think it's so important that we recognize where we're at as an individual, nobody else. Recognize where you're at. Recognize where you're at. I can't say that enough. Be thankful for where you're at right now, because if you're not where you want to be, the great thing is you can change it all with one decision. One
Mm.
decision.
Isn't that
One decision.
crazy? Isn't that crazy how you could change everything with one decision? Like one decision could completely, radically change your whole life. Well, it's not just a decision, it's taking the actions that are required behind a decision. But isn't it
Mm,
crazy how your whole life could radically change with one decision? Even the small, like even when you look back and you look at like even a small decision you made, but that small decision ended up being humongous because it changed like
mm,
your whole life. Like
yes.
that's like so powerful to think that. And what about like lack of decision? Like how lack of decision is also a decision, actually. That's also a decision.
It is a decision. Deciding not to decide is a decision.
And then how many people, how many people and how many of us, like how many times have we gotten stuck in lack of decision for years, months, and think about that. It's like it's really incredible. It's really all about decision. Decisions shape our life.
Yeah.
Decisions shape our destiny. It is actually what creates our destiny.
So many times the decisions people make are based on other people's opinions, though. That's the scary thing, is you see
Hmm.
it you see it in work, you see it in communities, you see it in, you know, I learned a lot today, and I'm just sharing about today's because there are a lot of people that still live in especially in corporate America. What drives me crazy about corporate America is people have a fear mentality. They fear for their paycheck. They fear for their job. They fear for recognition. They fear, like, there's this fear monger that just illuminates over them. And what they do is they'll do anything in their right mind to get recognition, whether it's burn relationships, whether it's lie on people, whether it's they're just and these are people that need guidance. They need guidance. I used to be
Yeah.
like, I was never like that, but I was one who, like, I worked so hard. Like, I would outwork you, outrun you, I would out everything you, right? Because I was trying to climb that ladder, because I'm like, I want recognition. I want to be recognized. I want to be the best of the best of the best. And what came along with that was more work, longer work weeks, more jobs. And then you get to a point and you're like, man, I thought I was working this hard so I could, start to climb that ladder and come out of the field and get into the office and start to do bids and start to do this. No, the more I gave them, the more they took.
Well,
So
Brendan Bashar says when you open the door of opportunity, there's work on the other side, which is so
absolutely. And but the
yeah.
opportunity is what opportunity are you opening up to? Most people are afraid of opportunity. Look, there are so many this is one thing that you got to be thankful for, is you got to be thankful that in this country there's a million ways to make money legally, right? Legally, ethically, morally, but most people only think the only way to make money is to get a job, get a pension, get a 401k, work 40 hours a week, get my 3 weeks vacation, be a good guy, go, like, if that's you, that's you. I'm not knocking it. But what I'm saying is, if that's you, then you got to accept that that's your life and you can't complain and want more, right? You can't say, okay, for example, if somebody's making X amount of money, right, which is good money to the normal person, and then they're like, oh, I don't get paid to do that. And I'm like, well, then you're never going to get paid to do that. That's one of the things that I have with people who are like, well, I need a raise. And I ask them, what value do you bring them?
I,
Because with money, you have to be willing to have some type of value that you're offering the company. If all you do what you've always done, then you'll always get what you've always gotten, the old saying says. So if you're making $15, $16 an hour, right, for a specific job, then enjoy your 50-cent raise because you're not adding any value. And I can't put you in a place that you haven't learned if you're not willing to learn. But most people just want to accept what they got. They want to make, I want people to understand, right? You get what you earn, but you don't always earn what you get.
You
You're
get
so
what you
quiet
earn
tonight.
because you're talking a lot, so I'm listening to you. If I
That's because
interrupt
you're
you,
not
then you're
talking. I feel like I got to keep talking because there's these awkward moment and pauses, and I don't want like this dead
I mean, I
silence
don't
because
want to
I'm
interrupt you because a little while I interrupted you and you didn't look very happy. So when you were talking about decision making, I was thinking like, okay, we're talking tonight about gratitude. So one of the things that I think we should be grateful for that have to do with decision making, and we need to like honor it and recognize it, is honor and recognize your discernment, honor and recognize your higher wisdom, and because you were saying unfortunately, a lot of people make decisions based off what other people think or other people's opinion, but that happens because we're not, what's the word? We don't trust our own judgment. And
yes,
especially when other people start giving their opinions, then that triggers you. If you're not firm on who you are, what you stand for, what you want, anybody's opinion could sort of throw you off. So one thing that we could talk about tonight about being thankful for is be thankful for your discernment, for your God-given discernment, because no one has your knowledge about what's right for you and what's good for you. You have the best amount of knowledge. You come from you have the highest amount of knowledge of who you are, what you want, what you like, what you don't like, what you've been through, what it meant to you, all those things, and all of those things create your discernment about what's good for you in life. And you were talking about like people throwing you off. Well, that's, I think today we could acknowledge and be thankful for it, that we have that capacity. We have the capacity to choose what's best for us. And if we choose something that's best for us, that we think is best for us, and then 3 months down the road we get more information, then we could choose something else. But it isn't until you make a choice and a decision that you actually gather the information you need to keep moving forward. Some people are so afraid of doing anything because they can't foresee the future. And they feel like, well, I don't have enough information. What if something happens in 3 months? What if this wasn't the right decision and I'm going to find out in 3 months? Well, at least you made the decision, and in 3 months, you'll have more information to make another decision or a better decision or a higher level decision or a tiny pivot or whatever it is. But you have to make decisions based on today's discernment, what information you have today. So I just wanted to like sort of just encourage everyone that whatever you're standing on, that you need to decide on, because we all have right now, I bet you every single person here has some decision that they need to make. It might be a business decision, it might be a friend decision, it might be a decision on what to do next, or on a relationship, or whatever it is. So I encourage you to make a decision right now on whatever it is you need to make on the current information you have, and not really like sit on that. If that made, did I talk enough for you right now? And then the other thing I was gonna talk about, because I'll keep talking. The other thing I was gonna say is um, part of
we know you.
making. Oh, there you have the static happening. The other thing is, if you want to make better decisions, if you want to improve the quality of your life, it's going to require that you increase improve your standard, like raise your standard, raise the bar on yourself. Your life is going to give you exactly what you think you deserve and exactly what you expect. So there's what we want, and then there's what we think we deserve, and then there's what we expect. What we want could be very different from what we think we deserve and expect. But life isn't going to give you what you want. Life is going to give you what you told your brain that you deserve, or what you expect to get. What you expect to get falls under that zone that Raymond's always talking about, which is the familiar zone. But the familiar zone usually our familiar zone isn't filled with
Nothing
gold and
grows there.
sparkles. Yeah, it's
Nothing
like
grows
it's
there.
but you know why we get stuck in our familiar zone? Because it's our minimum expectation. And what we need to do is raise our standard and have the courage to reach for that. Have the courage to reach for that higher standard that we set for ourselves. And we could all raise our standards. Like every year, this is a great I know people talk about, oh, like, oh, you do not, they don't say raise your standards, but you do what do you call those things that you do at the end of the year? Not affirmations, I forget the word, like
Resolutions.
yeah, you do your resolutions, but for me, it's more like an evaluation, which you could be evaluating your goals and everything like on a weekly, monthly basis, which you should be doing that. You should be constantly evaluating where you're at compared to where you want to be or what your goal is. But the end of the year is it just happens automatically. My birthday and end of the year, those are the two times of the year where I evaluate and I look back and think, man, what has happened over the last year? And like over the last couple months or month and a half, I've gone like on overdrive because I haven't been satisfied with what I've done so far this year. I haven't been satisfied, which of course a lot of things have happened in my life. My brother passed away, we had coronavirus, multiple things have happened that have impacted me. But I put myself on overdrive right now because I know the things that I wanted to accomplish in 2020, and
Mhm.
I'm going to make sure that it happens because I have another standard and I have another level that I want to get at for next year. So that's like an example. I'm pretty sure a lot of you feel the same way. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have things that you wanted to accomplish this year, and it really feels like a little sucky when you look back at the year. You're like, I didn't hit this, I didn't hit that, and you could have done better. So it's more about knowing that you could have done a little bit better. So if you know you could have done better out there, then turn off the noise on the outside, spend some time with yourself, and write down the things that you want to accomplish. And if you could still do some of those things this year, or if at least you could get started with them, then do that. And then raise your standard a little bit as far as your health goals, your energy level,
Mhm.
your relationships, what you put out every day. How productive are you every day? Like, how productive are you? A lot of times we don't do things just simply because we're not productive. We don't know, we waste a lot of time and we don't know how to be productive. Productivity
Mental
is a big
laziness.
killer.
It's mental laziness.
And
We
lack
get
of
mental.
discipline, just lack of
Well, yeah,
discipline of
absolutely. I agree with that. I see so many people who have mental laziness. Like there's so much time. People say they don't have time, and I see like I'm an observer. I observe. I don't stalk people. Sorry, I observe people. Right. So
you
but
stalk
I see
people.
so many people. I see so many people. They say, well, I only get a 45-minute lunch break. And I say, well, why don't you read, eat for 15, 20 minutes, read for 20 minutes. Oh no, but they'll spend 15, 20 minutes scrolling on their phone. Right. And it's one of those things. It's the same thing is people go home at night and they sit in front of the television because they say, I'm exhausted. Television is what winds me down. Well, if
Right.
television's what winds you down, then television is what's going to steal your goals and your dreams as well. Because
Yeah.
nothing grows from watching television. I'm not telling you to completely cut it out. I do watch football. I will watch the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You better freaking believe it. Me and my son will make sure we watch the Irish game every opportunity we get. Other than that, I'm really not interested. It doesn't I would rather like somebody
Read a
told
book.
me, well, yeah, but somebody told me something one time. If you're not in a new book, then you're not worth talking to. And he didn't mean it that way. But
Mm.
what he meant, what he was trying to explain is your conversations need to constantly change. And if you're repeating the same day with the same mindset, nothing's growing. It's the weeds that overtake the field. And you don't even know that they're growing because you're not leveling yourself up. You're not willing to change the things that are going in. And if you can't change the things going in, you'll never change the things going out. And the things that are
Mhm.
around you will stay the same. And stagnicity will take in. And you'll never even know the weeds are there. But once
Yeah.
you start to dive into better information, you get around better people, you get around just information itself. You'll start to show up and you'll be like, something's different. And then somebody will be like, hey, did you hear about it? And you'll be like, ugh, I don't want gossip. Things would, like, when I started to read and I started to
Right.
expand my thinking and I started to learn, right? I told you the first book I ever read was The Magic of Thinking Big. And I read chapter 2 and it talked about excuse-itis. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. like it was, oh my gosh.
But you know why? Could I tell you something? You know why you thought that? You thought, "Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever." So it's not because you learned something new. You know, when things hit you like that, it's because it's already a truth that you have inside of you, but you probably didn't have words for it, and it resonated with you. So that's why when we read books and we're like blown away, I think
Yeah.
all of us there's like a universal truth. I think in our DNA we know some truths. We know there's some things that we know is to serve like our greatest good, and we know the right path. And then when we read it, it resonates with us because it's true for us. It's not because we learned something new, you know, per se. But I see Jamie out there, and I just want to say, Jamie, I see you back on the saddle, girl. I see you back on the saddle. I've seen you the last few days posting awesome stuff, and I just want to say, like, I love when you're in this space. I could tell when you're in this space, and I could see that you're getting back on, and I just want you to stay on, hold on, don't get thrown off. Hold on and keep going, because you always post such inspirational, like, real positive messages, and people really need to hear from you. And there's people that have been assigned to you and need you. They need to hear from you and the uniqueness that you have to give. So I just want to encourage you to keep going, because I don't know if you've noticed, Raymond, that she's been like hitting it. She's been putting some really great posts and really putting some really positive things out there.
Frank's asking a bunch of great questions. He's the Facebook user. Yeah, he's on the Circle of Champions on Facebook. So
yeah, that's the thing. People are in different. There's 4 different places, so they're coming from everywhere. I can't see it here.
So Frank's asking, what kind of book should people apply to their lives? And I'll first start. I think I don't know if you caught it earlier, but like, I was talking to a lady today, and she was discussing I was able to pinpoint the things that were really setting her back, the beliefs that she had. So I was able to recommend a few books in that area that I believe could help her. So I do believe this is I believe people need to understand finances. So I know, if you look, Dave Ramsey's got great stuff. Tony Robbins has a great book on finances. I have a financial fitness pack that I go through. I think that's something that people can apply to their lives almost immediately. Teaching them budgeting, teaching them, how to save, how to invest, things like that. I think people need to really understand that. And then other books. I mean, everyone knows. I mean, my first and foremost, the book that I think is the book of all books is God's Word. And I think that right there, to me, is definitely something that people need to. I mean, when I first started reading it, I couldn't understand it. But now that I began to get some knowledge and some wisdom into the Word, it started to really open up a whole new way of seeing the world and why we are and why things are. And I stopped questioning everything, and I started to understand things more. Right.
Yeah.
And I think another great book, this book called Resolve, 13 Resolutions for Life. Frank, for me, is a fantastic book, because it talks about friendships. It talks about character. It talks about integrity. It talks about, one of my favorite chapters in here, right, is purpose, resolve to discover your God-given purpose. And when I started to understand in the vision and the attitude, and then it talked about how you implement a scoreboard into your life and how you have to have a target. And that I started to read this stuff, Frank, and it just started to blow my mind because nobody ever told me this stuff before. And then there's another
But it
book that
resonated.
it
No one,
resonated because
right.
it was that clicking moment, like, huh? And you know the dog that looks at you like this? That was me.
But it just needed a turn because it was already in you. I believe it was already in you. Like that it just easily clicked with you. Things don't click
Yeah.
with us if they're not if it's not a truth that we have, it doesn't really click with us.
I'm going to tell you a great book. Frank would probably like this one. What? Look, Frank got me going.
While Raymond is doing that, I just want to say I agree with Raymond with what he was saying. Like you should really read a book on all different aspects of life. There, health, finance, everything, like exactly what he was saying. But it really isn't until you change here that everything else is going to change. So definitely books of psychology books, mindset books. Once you change here, everything else will follow. Did you get the books?
I got a couple books. So these are a couple books that were like game changers for me. And this is a simple read, like everybody. This is by Darren Hardy, and this is called The Compound Effect. And when I learned about like the compound effect over a 31-month period with 3 men, he gives a story about 3 men, right? And it just let me know, like, man, nothing great happens overnight. It's consistency over time, right? That's incredible. This one right here, I bet you Frank's read this one. I never was a Duke fan until I read Coach K's Leading with the Heart. I mean, wow, just, oh. So this one right here is called Launching a Leadership Revolution, right? And I love leadership. So when you talk about like books, like I'm fascinated into the leadership. And this right here talks about like the trilateral leadership ledge, and it talks about 3 ways to grade yourself: character, tasks, and relationships. Character, task, and relationships. And you be honest with yourself. And there's a grading system. And then this is another one. It's called Leadership and Liberty. And again, it's another fantastic book because what it did for me is it started to show me, what people before me had to fight for the things that have given me like the freedoms I have today, right? And it made me respect things more. So by reading these books that I never thought that I would read, right? And then of course, and then you start to dig into some other information but like these books, these are the books that I read 6 years ago that got me to start thinking and seeking and wanting and a little bit more hungry and a little bit more willing. And then it was like, hey, did you read this book, The Slight Edge? Hey, did you read this book, No More Excuses? Hey, did you read this book? Like, and it just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. And I haven't even scratched the surface yet. Like,
and reading books didn't even mean reading books. Reading books could be you do audibles. Audibles, is that correct? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Audible, yeah.
I'm doing a couple audibles right now. They're a little bit harder for me. Audibles are a little bit harder for me. I'm one of those guys. So there's different readers too, right? Some people are visual readers. Some people are hearers. They like to listen. See, I don't really know what you call it. There's different terminology for it, but I'm one of those readers where I like to put on classical music because I have severe ADHD, right? So I like to put on classical music when I read a book because, believe it or not, the music helps me engage with the words that I'm reading. It's really powerful. So I think everybody has to try what works best for them. Some people say, "Oh, I'm not a reader. Oh, I don't read books. I don't read books. I don't read books."
I must have ADHD too, because the only way I can really focus is by having music in the background. It like calms my mind so I could do what I got to do. So it makes me stay focused. Jamie says podcast too. So you could do podcast, you know,
Podcast, absolutely.
like the people that say that they're winding down with TV. You could wind down with a podcast. You could wind down with a book. You know, you could do these things, and it pours so much more like into you. Um, so a lot of people are here through Facebook. That's why we can't tell like who the names are. I mean, sorry, through Circle of Champions. So it's 8:28 right now, Mr. Raymond.
What time's your little thing at?
9 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, join me at 9 p.m. I didn't put the link, but join me at 9 p.m. at our, what is it called? I even forget the name. Our Circle of Champions.
I don't know.
Friendsgiving. It's like a little get together because with Circle of Champions, I used to do like in-person get-togethers. And this year we were only able to do one. So we've done a few virtual things. So there's another virtual things. Some people may not have anywhere to go or anyone that's really going to be seeing them. So it just got placed in me to do this yesterday. If you want to know everything, it actually happened. I was showering and I thought, I should do this. There might be people.
You should do it.
Don't you have like the best thoughts when you're showering? Like the downloads happen when you're showering?
No,
Does that ever happen?
Not me.
That doesn't happen?
Not me. Nope.
I
do.
So,
I'm like I don't know. I have down. I don't. I just have these ideas that gradually hit me. That's why I got to get better at carrying. I have a journal, but I forget to take it with me sometimes, and that's when I have the best thoughts. And I swear, it's like when you get those good thoughts, it's like they never come back again. It's like, dang it!
I know. And you actually have really. I've heard your good thoughts while you're doing your lives, and that's why it's like you should go back and read them. You should. I mean, read them because I'm typing up your thoughts as you say them.
I'm horrible. I'm horrible. I don't watch my replays and I don't listen to myself.
Oh my gosh! All right, guys. Let me see. On my workout in the AM, write them in the notes of your phone. Exactly. Sometimes I'm running and I'm listening to something motivational or walking because I haven't run in a while, but walking. And then all of a sudden I'll get like so many downloads. I have to stop and I have to start typing in my notes. Raymond, so what? Do you guys have any questions? Or Raymond, are you looking for something to say? Because it looks like you're looking through a book or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like something that I can kind of, I got so much good stuff, but I know if I start on some of these topics, I'll go for another hour. But I do want to just, first off, like when we talk, when I talk about, be thankful and not bothered, what I mean is, a lot of people sometimes they're successful, things are going their way, so forth and so on. I want you guys to be thankful for the people that you get to come in contact with. And don't be scared to go over and, well, I was going to say shake their hand, but maybe it's a fist bump now. But don't be afraid to go over and give them a fist bump and ask them, man, looks like you're doing pretty well, man. What do you do? Don't be afraid to ask them questions, because a lot of people who have made it, who are successful, they want to share it with people. They want to share it with the world. But many of us are too afraid to get outside of our comfort zone. And what I want you to understand is, don't be bothered by you not having what they have right now, because you don't know the work. And many people who have success, they learn one thing: to be thankful even when they don't have it. And the more thankful you can be in the process, the more thankful you can be in the journey, the more gratitude that you can give and bless and be happy for other people. Even when you're not winning, your season will come. Don't be bothered by what you don't have. Be thankful for what you do have, and don't allow what other people's season to interfere and be a burden on you, because you don't know what someone's been through. This Thanksgiving, we're going to see a lot of people through this holiday season who who are going to be depressed. They're going to show super anxiety. They're going to be frustrated. They're going to lash it out in anger. How do we respond? How do we respond in this time? How do we respond to people who emotions are coming out because they're hurting, right? Are we going to allow that to bother us, or are we going to take the opportunity, be thankful for that God put us in their life so that maybe we can help them get through this season, right? This is a time where my leaders, this is a time where my coaches, this is a time where those that call themselves leaders, this is a time where those people who say they're about the people, this is a time for those people that come off, right? It's not just when times are good, guys. It's when times are bad. It's when times, this is when leaders show up. This is when you see the fruit of someone's labor. Many people will fade away and they'll never show up again because it's easy to win in a winning season, right? It's easy to be there in a winning season. But how do you show up when people are looking to you and they're hurting and they don't understand and they're frustrated and they're angry? How do you show up? Do you love them? Are you thankful for the opportunity to bless them, or are you bothered by the fact that you don't have the answers? See, I just truly believe that leadership is called for everyone. Everyone will be called to lead at some point in their life. Everything rises and falls on leadership, which is why so many people fall. I'm fascinated by leadership. I love leadership, right? And it's because I'm going to tell you, the greatest leader, right, was the greatest servant, and that was Jesus Christ. So when I study leadership, I go straight to the source. So when other people are out here and they're building businesses and they're doing this and they call themselves a leader because of the results they're getting, results don't make you a leader. The results you help other people get makes you a leader.
That's a good point.
So this is all about service.
That's
this is all about service. All about service. Don't be bothered. Be thankful. And then go out and serve somebody, because somebody needs you. Somebody needs you. Somebody is hurting, and watch for their facial expressions. Watch for their body language. Watch for their words and love them. Love them. Because again, Miles Monroe, God rest his soul, he said the reason why it's hard to find successful people is because successful people don't have successors coming behind them. What makes a person successful is the people that he's training to replace them. That's powerful. Anyway, I can go on about this forever and ever and ever and ever, because I'm passionate about right now is this is the time, guys. This is the time where we rise to the occasion as coaches, as mentors, as teachers. This is the time we rise to the occasion. That's amen. 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 That's what Facebook
Take
the
all
greatest
that
among us
passion.
will be the greatest servant. Amen. 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 Whew, I love that. I love that.
Take
So
all that
that was
passion.
my closeout. That was my closeout. I can't call that a rant, because that's my heart. My heart is frustrated as you can get sometimes, not everybody is going to not everybody is going to want what you have or take what you offer. But when you love them anyways, and you don't respond with frustration or hate or anger, the crazy thing is they're going to remember that. They're going to remember that. And when they're hurting, they might come back to you. So don't respond because somebody else is hurting. I'm done. I wrapped it up.
Drop the mic. You're gonna take all that passion with you to our Friendsgiving. Guys, I just try to force to go because he's been telling me all day he's not going. But how are we gonna have a Friendsgiving? How am I gonna have a Friendsgiving without my bestie. Like
Oh, see,
let's all make him feel guilty all together here. Come on, guys. How am I gonna have a Friendsgiving? Circle of Champions Friendsgiving without Raymond, right?
don't feed
There.
into it, guys. Don't feed into it. Don't
Guys,
feed into
let him
it.
know. Let him know. Like, really, like I've been making him feel guilty all day.
Listen, Friendsgiving is about food. There's no food. Come on.
Well, I said what did I say? Bring your grub. I said bring your grub. All
You're
right,
supposed to
guys.
cook it.
Well, then I would have to mail it. Look, it says you gotta go, bro. Who said that? Courtney. Courtney said you gotta go, bro. Courtney said it. That's it. You gotta go. You
Hey,
gotta go, right, Courtney?
You know what I've been learning lately? I've been learning how to say no.
How you gonna say no to me? I don't even get that. I don't even get that.
Listen, you're the one who told me to start studying Brennan Burchard, and Brennan Burchard told me, this is what Brennan Burchard say, everything from now on say no.
Not this, not me. I'm the one that's giving you like Brendan Burchard. Like,
Anyway,
how's
whatever.
that? All right, guys. Good night. See you in if you're gonna be there. See you in 15 minutes.
Hey
There
guys,
is no.
I just want you guys to know that you are appreciated. Like I super appreciate, because your guys' time is very valuable. So, tonight I was super unprepared. I had a super busy day. But I just want y'all to know that you are appreciated. I always enjoy the time that we get to spend together. Hopefully you always get something that you can take out of it, some value you could take out of it. Hopefully you see my heart as being true, authentic. And I really do believe that God put me and changed me to serve people that he puts in front of me, however it looks. I don't know how it looks all the time, right? But that's what my passion is, and I know each one of you have a passion. So I really want you guys to really dive in on this Thanksgiving, right?
We all have
If you're
like a shared passion.
Yeah, like if you guys, like, I'm gonna be by myself tomorrow, and don't feel bad for me. I'm so looking forward to it. I got a 12-pound turkey, I got a bag of potatoes, I got some corn, I got some greens, I got some stuffing. I'm gonna make my own Thanksgiving dinner. I'm gonna get fat. I'm gonna do a lot of meditation, and I'm gonna do a lot of kind of self reflection. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
He's looking forward to being alone. He already told me not even to call to say happy Thanksgiving, just send a text because he doesn't want anyone bothering him. So
I did not say that at all.
so just letting y'all know, he is
Don't believe
actually extremely
anything.
happy to be alone. All right, guys. Good night. See you in a little bit.
Man.
Bye.